the gear is worn. You can definitely tell that there's burnt fluid inside of it. Transmission fluid has or ATF that is, has a unique smell, but burnt clutches has another unique smell, which I can smell on there.
In our last episode, it was confirmed that the transmission really was shot, so I was glad that I ordered a new one to start the installation process. And in this episode, we get another step further.
And you don't have to cinch down both,
okay,
but you just want one to be tight, because we're not going to be moving the engine or spinning the shaft with the engine. So now we take off. This right here is called a shaft saver. I have mixed feelings about them. I'll be honest with you. Europeans are a firm believer in these things.
So it's like an extra piece for what purpose?
What it was designed to do is if you hit something with the propeller, it shears, being of plastic material, and you don't destroy your transmission or your engine.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about them is, number one, it's plastic. It's hard plastic, but it's plastic.
Right.
So let's say that you run aground in sand, okay, and you just happen to, just normal wear and tear, it just shines your prop up. Now, up here, this being plastic, it could sideload a bolt. So when it sideloads that bolt in the plastic, the bolt is now not true. What I'm getting ready to do is I'm unbolting the adapter plate, and I'll show you what the adapter plate is. But that is what adapts this transmission to this flywheel housing.
So that's the actual transmission you're starting to unbolt from the,
yes,
is that the bell housing? Is it called the bell housing?
That is correct. Yeah. What we can do is when we're done, clean these off with a wire brush.
Okay.
I'm going to put anti-seize on these.
Okay.
And then we can seal the bolt with a rust preventer. You have a saltwater leak over here somewhere.
Oh, really?
Okay. Notice these bolts are rusty. That means that there's saltwater of some sort coming down in this general vicinity.
Okay, where would it be coming from?
Salt water. So this is raw water.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Raw water coming out through here. And more than likely it's leaking out of right here, where I'm looking at seeing the drips. I don't see any drips right here. I'm seeing it start about right in here and then down into the mount. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of isolated.
Right.
But these mount bolts were the ones that were...
Okay, and so it's coming in from... Did you think it was coming in from before they put this on before I bought it 2 years ago to sell?
After.
So it's been since then.
Yes.
Is it possible that when we're starting the engine and we don't do the seacock open and then shut it, that it can be coming back? No, it's not that? Okay.
No. So this is just running. It's a weep or a seep. It's not spraying, but it's weeping enough to where there's an issue. But we'll figure it out.
Okay.
We have the technology.
Great. Now, can you say that again just in a couple of sentences for me?
Okay. There is a raw water leak on the outlet side of the exhaust system going to the mixing elbow. It is dripping on the union pieces connecting to the mixing elbow itself from above.
Yeah, thanks. No, that's perfect. You want it there? Let me just... Yeah, so that's the damper plate right there.
Yes, sir. That little thing.
What's it called?
It's a dampener plate.
All right.
Or a hub. That is called the input shaft. The clutches are slipping, and we'll...
Hi. Thank you so much.
That's
I'm so
Amy.
glad you're finally able to work it out with Vinny. So
You're very welcome. We'll drain the transmission fluid, but more than likely it's going to be like brownish black from the clutches burning. Yeah, there's a crack on this plate, which is, it happens. It's not like the plate's not going to do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
But it also could have been that when whatever event occurred, that so it pulling off, clutches slipping, that it could have caused a jerk or a snap. In these instances, if you're going to replace the transmission, you always replace the dampener plate.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's new. I drained it out and put all new in probably 3-4 weeks ago, before I took it out last time. I mean, I changed it regularly anyway since I've had it for the past 2 years regularly, but that's almost brand new.
Yeah, that's stinky. Clutches. Whoop. But I also feel as though the shaft being wet right here, that your fluid was coming out of the transmission. Yes. Transmission fluid. Okay. Well, that's a good thing.
So it's not oil from the engine, it's transmission fluid is leaking?
Transmission fluid, yeah. Coming out of this shaft seal right here.
And the shaft seal is?
Right inside here. So you take those 4 bolts out, and there should be a seal inside of there.
Right.
And that seal just keeps transmission fluid in there instead of going into the flywheel housing, which should be dry.
Okay.
The gear is worn. You can definitely tell that there's burnt fluid inside of it. Transmission fluid has or ATF that is, has a unique smell, but burnt clutches has another unique smell, which I can smell on there.
Okay.
And then also the leak that we found in the flywheel housing is coming from the output shaft seal, or the input shaft seal of the transmission. Okay, so things that need to be done. I already described that the area of the exhaust which is hot between the exhaust manifold and the shower head or mixing elbow where the raw water meets back up with the exhaust needs to be covered. Also, we noticed that there were oil lines going to the oil cooler. One was loose. We're going to reseal those oil lines and tighten them back up to prevent that leak. What else? Oh, raw water leak also coming from overhead of the exhaust elbow. We need to see where that's coming from and make sure that we tighten that up. And then we also need to actively see if the seal on the raw water pump is leaking or if it was prior leaking from the rust stains that we see.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Appreciate that.